Millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. JP Morgan. You've probably heard of this quote, but do you know why he said it? What was JP Morgan really trying to say? I'm Adam, business astrologer living in Bali, and in this video, I'm about to reveal exactly how the elite class uses astrology. I'll show you how companies like Apple and Berkshire Hathaway used astrology to get to the top, and then I'll explain how you can take the same techniques and apply them in your business to accelerate growth. First things first, when I say astrology, I'm not referring to the horoscopes your grandma sends you or which zodiac sign you have. The astrology of the elites is purely focused on selecting the most profitable moment in time to take action. There's only two things you need to know here. First and foremost, it's important to understand that time is in a constant state of change. This means that there are moments in time that are very abundant, but on the flip side, there are points in time which are much less favorable, where the odds might not be in your favor if you were to start something in that time. This brings me to point number 2, which is the fact that the moment something comes into existence, whether it's the birth of a person or the launch of a product, that moment determines its future success. The elites have always known this, and so they use the most profitable moments in time to begin important projects. This isn't a new thing either. It's been standard practice for kings and queens to have a court astrologer for thousands of years. And what were those astrologers doing? They were calculating the best times to begin empire expansion, to make marriages official, to begin construction projects, you name it. There was an astrologer there to make sure it began at the correct time. Okay, cool. But how is astrological timing being used in today's world? Well, to start with, the most famous company in the world, Apple, was started on incredible financial astrology. Apple was incorporated on the 1st of April 1976, sometime between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. This time window features an incredible combination of business and financial astrology. Without boring you on the technical factors, this is an amazing point in time. The planets were positioned in such a configuration that anything started here would receive massive financial growth and business support. This company has gone on to break countless records and become a cultural icon. And if we look to the future, there is nothing to indicate that any of this is going to slow down. When you lock in positive astrology for the birth of a company, that power runs throughout the duration of the entire company lifespan. It never expires, making it one of the only true perpetual energy systems in reality. Okay, interesting. But what about Microsoft? Microsoft, currently the largest company in the world, incorporated on the 4th of April 1975, between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Did you notice that Apple and Microsoft were incorporated almost exactly 1 year apart? That's not a coincidence. It was done because the sun is most powerful in this region of the sky. Again, looking at the incorporation time, we have an incredible planetary configuration which provides strong financial and business support. If you look closer, you'll see that there's even consistent factors between both company incorporation times. This is the thing about astrology. As powerful as it is, it does leave behind clues. There is a trail that can be followed at any point later on, especially when companies have to publicly state the moment that they were incorporated. Speaking of the elites leaving behind clues, you're probably wondering, how often does this happen? I was curious myself, so I took the top 10 global market cap companies, found their incorporation dates, and studied the astrology at those times. Turns out, every single company in the top 10 had noteworthy business and financial astrology features. Now that cannot be a coincidence. I also noticed that some of these companies had better configurations than others. For example, Apple and Microsoft were definitely a tier above the rest. However, so is their market cap. The evidence is undeniable. You see, the art of astrological timing is not something that we just stumbled upon. It's a treasure of wisdom that's been handed down to us. In fact, the techniques that we use today trace back to the 2nd century. Picture this. We have 2 manuscripts from the 2nd century teaching us the exact timing techniques that we used to launch Apple and Microsoft. Coincidence? I don't think so. Now let that sink in. Astrological timing is not just a theory. It's a practice grounded in history, one which is capable of transforming the destiny of the entire culture. And JP Morgan, he wasn't just financially gifted, he was a visionary who recognized this truth and wasn't shy to share it. Cool story. But of course, what you want to know is how can you use the astrology timing like the elites? This timing system is not just about incorporating companies, it's about weaving this timing system through the very fabric of a business operation. In my experience, I've discovered that the magic really happens when you apply this timing to 4 crucial areas. These 4 are product launches, advertising and marketing campaigns, signing on new clients, and signing on new staff. When you actually get down to it, most of the success that your business will achieve is fundamentally connected to these 4 actions. So when you consistently time them in alignment with positive astrology, you set your business up to achieve much more success. And that's how billionaires use astrology. Are you curious to learn more about these techniques? If so, hit the link at the top of the description and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching and being open-minded.